Before you scroll past this, do one thing first. Tap like, because what you're about to hear challenges one of the most comfortable assumptions humanity has ever made about the universe. We love to imagine alien life as something far away, orbiting distant stars, waiting to be discovered by telescopes pointed upward. But NASA is quietly following a very different idea, one that feels almost disturbing when you really think about it. Instead of looking up, they're looking down. Deep down, into the darkest parts of Earth's oceans. And that choice is not symbolic, it's strategic, because the deep ocean is the closest thing we have to another world, a place without sunlight, without familiar air, without safety, a place where physics dominates and biology is forced to obey the harshest rules imaginable, and yet life thrives there. That fact alone should make you uncomfortable, because it means life doesn't need comfort. It doesn't need beauty. It doesn't even need light. It only needs opportunity. And that realization changes everything about how we should search for life in the universe. NASA didn't arrive at this idea by accident. As scientists began comparing the conditions beneath Earth's oceans with environments on icy moons like Europa and Enceladus, the similarities became impossible to ignore. Crushing pressure, permanent darkness, chemical energy rising from below. In other words, the deep ocean is not an exception, it's a template. And if you're already feeling that quiet sense of unease, good. That's your brain realizing something fundamental may be wrong with the way we think about life. Because if life can exist here, hidden beneath kilometers of water, then it can exist almost anywhere. But here's the hook most people miss. The deep ocean doesn't just resemble alien worlds, it may actually preserve the conditions life prefers, protected, stable, hidden from catastrophe. While the surface of planets gets bombarded by radiation, impacts, and climate chaos, the depths remain calm, shielded, unchanging for millions of years. And suddenly, a terrifying thought emerges. What if intelligent life elsewhere never leaves the ocean at all? What if the universe is not silent because it's empty, but because its most common form of life is submerged, hidden, and unreachable? NASA's interest in the ocean is not curiosity, it's preparation. Because the universe may not be waiting above us, it may be hiding below. The discovery that forced scientists to rethink everything happened on the ocean floor. Hydrothermal vents. Giant cracks in Earth's crust where superheated, mineral-rich water erupts into freezing darkness. These vents should be sterile. They are not. Around them exist entire ecosystems that function without sunlight, without plants, without anything we once believed was essential for life. Bacteria convert chemistry into energy. Larger organisms feed on them. Complex systems emerge from pure physics and time. When NASA scientists realized this, the implications were immediate and unsettling. Europa has the same ingredients, so does Enceladus, possibly Titan. And suddenly, the search for alien life stopped being speculative and started being inevitable. If this realization is hitting you, hit like now. It signals that this kind of deep science deserves to be seen. But the ocean kept delivering more uncomfortable truths. Probes discovered life not just on the seafloor, but inside the planet itself. Microorganisms living in cracks within rock, isolated from the surface for millions of years. No sunlight, no seasonal change, no extinction events. Life that doesn't just survive catastrophe, it ignores it. And this forces a disturbing question. How many times has life on Earth been erased at the surface while continuing below, unnoticed? And how many other worlds could host life that never announces itself? As NASA adapted space robotics for deep-sea exploration, they encountered organisms that seem almost deliberately alien. Transparent bodies, eyes that don't rely on light, metabolisms that ignore oxygen entirely. These are not evolutionary mistakes, they are solutions. And evolution doesn't care what we find beautiful or familiar, it only cares what works. Which means alien life may not look friendly, symmetrical, or even recognizable as life at first glance. It may look like pressure, chemistry, and movement.
The deep ocean teaches us that life doesn't evolve toward complexity or intelligence by default, it evolves towards stability, and stability is found in places that don't change, places like the abyss. And this reframes one of the greatest mysteries in science. The Fermi paradox asks why we don't see evidence of alien civilizations, but what if we're asking the wrong question? What if the most successful form of life never builds cities, never broadcasts signals, never leaves its environment? What if intelligence itself is not the goal of evolution, but a risky side path that exposes species to extinction? The deep ocean suggests a far darker possibility, that the universe may be full of life, just not the kind that wants to be found.
This is where NASA's ocean research connects directly to its most ambitious space missions. Europa Clipper is not just mapping ice, it's searching for fractures, thermal anomalies, and chemical signatures, the same indicators scientists use to locate active ecosystems beneath Earth's oceans. When Europa ejects plumes of water into space, NASA sees a rare window into an alien ocean without drilling through kilometers of ice. And the technology that makes this possible was tested in Earth's trenches: autonomous navigation, life detection sensors, systems that function without human input for years. The deep sea is NASA's proving ground for alien exploration. If you've stayed with this thought experiment, like the video now, because what comes next challenges how we think about intelligence itself. Some researchers now seriously consider that advanced life elsewhere may remain permanently underwater, protected from radiation, stable for billions of years, but also invisible. Such civilizations would have no reason to invent radio, no reason to leave their environment, no reason to announce themselves. They would never appear in our telescopes, never respond to our signals. To us, they would not exist, and yet they might be far older than humanity. The deep ocean on Earth gives us a disturbing preview of that possibility. Ancient species that survived mass extinctions simply because they lived where catastrophes couldn't reach them. No ambition, no expansion, just persistence. And persistence, not intelligence, may be the true currency of life in the universe. When NASA studies Earth's abyss, they're testing a radical hypothesis, that life prefers to hide, that the safest place to exist is far from stars, far from surfaces, far from attention. And if that's true, then the universe may be overwhelmingly alive, but overwhelmingly silent. This changes the emotional tone of the search for aliens. Instead of expecting contact, we should expect absence. Instead of messages, we should expect chemistry. And instead of dramatic discoveries, we should expect subtle signs buried in ice, water, and pressure. The deep ocean doesn't promise friendly neighbors. It promises survival without witnesses, and that may be the most honest answer the universe has to offer. So what is NASA truly trying to find at the bottom of the ocean? Not creatures, not monsters, not proof of aliens hiding on Earth. They're searching for rules, the rules that govern where life appears, how it survives, and why it endures. Every organism living without sunlight, every microbe feeding on pure chemistry, every ecosystem thriving in crushing darkness is a data point in a cosmic equation. And that equation is leading to an unsettling conclusion. Life does not rush toward the surface. It retreats from danger. It hides from chaos. It chooses environments that change as little as possible. And when you apply that rule to the universe, the implications are enormous. Worlds like Europa may be more habitable than Earth's surface ever was. Oceans beneath ice may host life for billions of years without interruption, and humanity's loud, visible, surface-bound existence may be the exception, not the rule. If this idea reframes how you see the universe, tap like now, because the more people who understand this, the more honest our search for life becomes. NASA's deep-sea research is not a detour, it's a warning that life may not want to meet us, that intelligence may not announce itself, and that survival, not expansion, may be the dominant evolutionary strategy across the cosmos. The greatest discovery in human history may not be a greeting from the stars, but the realization that life is everywhere and almost always hidden. And when we finally discover it beyond Earth, it may not look up at us in wonder, it may not even notice us at all, because the universe doesn't care about being seen, it cares about continuing. And the ocean beneath our feet may be the clearest message the cosmos has ever sent.